Jerusalem, one of the oldest and most significant cities in the world. A city sacred to billions, layered in history, faith, and mystery. For centuries, believers, historians, and skeptics alike have searched for answers within its ancient stones. At the heart of this quest lies one question: can archaeology help prove that Jesus of Nazareth really existed? In today's video, we dive deep into the archaeological discoveries in Jerusalem that might support the historical existence of Jesus. From ancient inscriptions to sacred pools, from Roman artifacts to gospel locations, each find offers a glimpse into a time that changed the world forever. We'll explore how these discoveries help us understand not only the historical Jesus, but also the complex world in which he lived. We'll also hear the voices of scholars on both sides, those who see compelling evidence, and those who urge caution. So join us on this journey through time, stone, and story as we uncover the archaeology of Jerusalem and its connection to Jesus. To begin understanding the life and times of Jesus, we must first understand the city of Jerusalem. During the 1st century, Jerusalem was a vibrant crossroads of culture, religion, and politics. It was the spiritual heart of the Jewish people, home to the magnificent Second Temple. But it was also under the shadow of Roman rule. Archaeologically, Jerusalem is a gold mine. Every stone seems to whisper stories of the past. Beneath modern buildings, layers of ancient ruins reveal the city's continuous occupation over thousands of years. Archaeologists have uncovered streets Jesus may have walked on, marketplaces, ritual baths called mikvehs, and household items that tell us about daily life in the time of Jesus. The city was a melting pot of Jewish tradition and Roman authority, creating the perfect backdrop for the story of Jesus to unfold. Excavations in the city of David, just south of the Temple Mount, have revealed ancient roads and walls from the period. These paths likely saw the footsteps of pilgrims, priests, and prophets. Could Jesus have walked here too? While we may not have direct evidence like a tablet saying, Jesus was here, the structures, streets, and settings all help us build a context. This was the world Jesus moved through, a city buzzing with religious debate, oppression, and hope for a Messiah. History is written in stone, and Jerusalem is full of it. Dr. Dan Bahat, Israeli archaeologist. While general archaeology gives us context, some discoveries in Jerusalem directly intersect with the New Testament accounts. One of the most powerful finds is the Pilate stone. Unearthed in Caesarea, this limestone block bears the name of Pontius Pilate, the Roman governor who, according to the Gospels, sentenced Jesus to crucifixion. Before this discovery in 1961, some questioned whether Pilate was even a historical figure. But here was hard, tangible evidence confirming his existence and his role as prefect of Judea. While the stone wasn't found in Jerusalem, Pilate ruled from the city during important festivals like Passover. Another remarkable discovery in Jerusalem is the Pool of Bethesda, mentioned in the Gospel of John. John describes Jesus healing a paralyzed man at this pool, located near the Sheep Gate. For years, skeptics believed the pool was fictional. But in the late 19th century, archaeologists uncovered a site matching the Gospel description exactly, a large pool with 5 porticos. Not only does the discovery confirm the pool's existence, it also supports the idea that the Gospel writers were familiar with Jerusalem's geography. Other finds include the Pool of Siloam, also linked to Jesus' healing miracles. This pool was discovered in 2004 during construction work. Scholars believe it was the same pool where Jesus healed a blind man, as recorded in the Gospel of John. Even the steps leading up to the Temple Mount have been uncovered. These steps, which Jesus may have climbed while teaching and preaching, have been preserved and are visited by thousands today. These discoveries do not prove divinity, but they do provide historical anchors, real places that line up with gospel stories. Despite these compelling finds, not everyone agrees on their significance. Skeptics argue that archaeology can confirm the setting of the New Testament, but not the actual events or the existence of Jesus himself. They say that just because a place exists doesn't mean the miracles happened there. Correlation is not confirmation. Dr. Bart Ehrman, New Testament scholar. Others warn against trying to use archaeology as a tool of faith. They believe it should inform history, not theology. Some claim that the evidence is too sparse or too circumstantial to be considered proof. However, many scholars argue that the presence of names, places, and cultural customs described in the Gospels, later confirmed by archaeology, adds credibility. The Gospels show knowledge of first-century Jerusalem that would be hard to fake. The debate highlights a key point: archaeology does not operate in a vacuum. It must be interpreted. And interpretation depends on one's perspective. Some have even pointed to ossuaries, or bone boxes, with names like Jesus, son of Joseph, but these names were common at the time. Still, the finds stir the imagination and keep the conversation alive. So what has archaeology really taught us about Jesus' world? First, it has helped reconstruct daily life in first-century Judea. We now have a clearer picture of what homes looked like, how people cooked, bathed, worshipped, and interacted. We've uncovered mikvehs, marketplaces, and coins from Jesus' time. Second, it has shown us how deeply Roman influence penetrated Jewish life. From Roman roads to architecture, from the presence of Roman soldiers to the collection of taxes, Jesus lived in a politically tense and spiritually hungry society. Third, archaeology has illuminated Jewish religious practices. The discovery of synagogues, scrolls, and ritual items helps us understand the debates Jesus engaged in and the traditions he upheld or challenged. Fourth, the archaeological record has supported the spread of early Christianity. Sites like the Church of the Holy Sepulchre and ancient Christian inscriptions show how quickly the Jesus movement grew. These findings do not tell us everything, but they provide a rich and vibrant backdrop for the stories in the Gospels. In the end, archaeology can take us only so far. It can verify names and places. It can confirm cultural context. But it cannot tell us if Jesus walked on water or rose from the dead. And that's okay. For millions, the story of Jesus is one of faith. Archaeology may support the possibility of his existence, but belief in who he was, Messiah, prophet, or teacher, goes beyond stone and soil. What archaeology does give us is this: a bridge between the ancient and the modern. It invites us to imagine. It challenges us to explore. And it reminds us that the past still speaks. So whether you are a believer, a seeker, or simply curious, Jerusalem stones have a story to tell. The search for Jesus is not just about evidence. It's about understanding. And perhaps, just perhaps, discovering something sacred in the journey itself. Thank you for joining us on this journey through ancient Jerusalem. If you found this video meaningful, give it a like, share it with others, and subscribe for more deep dives into history, archaeology, and faith. Until next time, keep asking questions. Keep seeking truth.